Good evening, YouTubers. The new Time Travel Jaime 88. I'm back with another Doctor Who DVD review. And yes, we're still celebrating Doctor Who's 50th anniversary. Tonight, that's right, it is a big birthday to the first Doctor, William Hartnell. That's right, William Hartnell is celebrating his 106th birthday. Whoa! Yup. Today he would have been his 106th birthday, but sadly, William Hartnell passed away in 1975. So I got all his stories right here. Before I do that, a quick shout out to my good friend, Mr. Andre Grindle. Keep up the good work, my friend, and make sure to check out his channel on YouTube. So, let's begin. Now, the first time I saw the first Doctor, the William Hartnell era, is around 1998. Yes, 1998. That's the one I saw the first episode, An Unearthly Child. So, and start off with the Doctor Who beginning set. And yep, this is in the original box. And nope, it's not the 2012 re-released. So you can tell. Fine. In the back. Take it out of there. You get An Unearthly Child. A brilliant 4-part story. The first one is okay, and I agree with Tessa Coyle. The other 3 are quite underrated, but it's a very good adventure. Here's the first Doctor and Susan in the back, plus some other stills from the TV show, and also contains 2 versions of the pilot episode. The one with the outtake, unedited studio recording session. And as you can tell right here. And the Daleks and the Edge of Destruction. Now, the Dalek, the Edge of Destruction is a very great 7-part story. And is very well written from Terry Nation. And the Edge of Destruction, it's underrated, my opinion. In which they all got trapped inside their TARDIS. The Edge of Destruction, also known as Inside Spaceship. Right here. Let's put that, okay, let's put right back in there, like so. Plus, we have the Keys of Marinus. Great 6-part story, in which the Doctor goes into like a glass radiation planet. Very strong story, my opinion. It's quite alright. And they went to the planet Marinus. Now we come to the Aztecs special edition. And it's a very 4-part story. It's a good historical story. And the later one will be the Highlanders, Black Orchid. And also Galaxy 4. I really haven't seen it yet, but the Aztec is a very good, powerful story, in my opinion. Oops. Next up, the Censorite. Never okay Hartnell story, and that's where the Censorite right here, the like a beard something. Yep, the Census Spear. I gotta tell you, this is a remarkable story. I cannot tell. I can't. I really. I meant. I gotta tell you this. Sorry, folks. I think I got a bit of stuttered, but it's a good story. The Reign of Terror. Brilliant 6-part story in which the Doctor goes into France, and luckily enough, Jack and his friends Susan and Barbara, they almost got beheaded. The animation on the 4th and 5th episode are fantastic. Unfortunately, there is no VHS links to this particular story, which brings up to Planet of Giants. This is the only first episode of Doctor Who considered to be in a 3-part story. Yes, a 3-part story arc. However, it was disappeared until it was happening again until the Sylvester McCoy era. It's a great episode, and I really enjoyed it. And plus the recreation of episode 3 and 4 are a masterpiece. The Dalek Evasion of Earth is a very great episode. Marks us sadly to say goodbye to Susan Foreman. And this episode features a very young Nicholas Smith from Are You Being Served? Yep. Also is one of my favorite Dalek story ever. Yes, you cannot go wrong with this episode. It is brilliant. The Rescue and the Romans. The Rescue is a good 2-part story, introduces Vicky, and the Romans, a very okay 4-part adventure, but that particular episode was cut during the 60s because due to some censorship problems. And yep, the Rescue of a young orphan and a crippled, paralyzed man. Yep. The Web Planet. Now, a lot of people doesn't like Web Planet, but I really enjoyed it. It's a great 6-part story. It's not cheesy, in my opinion, but it's a very quite well directed story. And for Bill Strutter and Richard Martin, very good director. And they didn't use oxygen. Helmets, just went outside like a charted planet. Yep. Okay, the Space Museum and the Chase. Space Museum is a very good 4-part story in which the Doctor, Ian, Barbara, and Vicky goes into like a display for the museum. And then the Chase, a great 6-part adventure, and which marks the first appearances of Stephen Taylor, Peter Purves, and the final appearances of Ian and Barbara. Yup, this is a very great episode. I saw this 10 times. Yeah. Now here's the Time Meddler, which is sadly gone out of print along with The Rescue and the Romans and the Web Planet. The Time Meddler is a good story, and Peter Butterworth did a wonderful job playing the monk. And the story is a classic. Yep, it sure is, too. Oh, let me show you. See? The Ark. Well, the Ark is okay story, and the second appearances of Dodo Chaplin. They arrived on a planet, but when they fast forward, they got back in the same time. This time only in the future too. And there's like a Cyclop monster. Yep, a plague for deadly enemies. Yep. The Gunfighters. Another story was out of print in Region 1. But I found this one on Amazon. It went up for $700. Good gravy. Anyway, the Gunfighters. I know my mom doesn't like this story, but I do enjoy this particular episode. It is fantastic and is very well directed. Pay homage to Gunfighters at the OK Corral. Probably one of my favorite. And the War Machines. The final story for Jackie Lane, and makes the first appearances of Ben and Polly, played by Aniki Wills and Michael Crazen. Yeah. I mean, Michael Craze. Messing up the man's last name. It's a good story. The recreation that was cut from the VHS and was recreated on a DVD is brilliant. And finally, the 10th planet is the first Doctor's swan song. The animation on the last episode is fantastic. I guarantee this episode is brilliant. Well played out too. Yeah. Not bad. Okay. So, that is it for my Doctor Who William Hartnell collection. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care.